Welcome students to the class of investment analysis. This is your faculty Dr. Shweta Srivastava, Associate Professor, School of Management, BBD University. So students, from here we are going to start unit 2 of this paper. So in the previous unit we have studied why at all we need to make investment, what is the importance of investment and savings in our lives, what is financial intermediation, what are the various markets prevalent in India, money market, debt market, then we have long-term security market, bullion market. So these all things we have studied in unit 1. So from here we are going to start the unit 2. So students, we know that whenever we are investing money in the market, it should not be guided by our intuitions or our whims and fancies. It is the question of our money. So we should properly take care of it. So, in spite of taking decision on any kind of hunches or intuitions, we should rather depend on the data, right? So, in this part, we are going to study what is market data, what type of market data is relevant for you to study, and what are the various sources. So, we all know that knowledge is power, right? So, what is data? Market data. Market data is reflecting current trading information, which includes pricing and volume and other additional information related to the trade. See, this market data encompasses the price, the prevailing price. Sometimes we just like to see the previous history of price, the future price predictions, then the volume, that is the offtake of that security in the market, and sometimes the timing and the company credit worthiness. All such things relate to market data. So for a financial instrument, it is generally reported by the trading venue. So which is the trading venue? That is stock exchanges. See, every company which is working through, you can say, financial instrument selling needs to be registered under stock exchanges. So the primary information we get from these stock exchanges. In India, we have two types of exchanges. One is BSE, that is Bombay Stock Exchange, and then National Stock Exchange. So when we say information, it includes a large number of instruments and exchanges. In India, two exchanges are prevalent that I told you just now. So we have to understand that security market is a perfect auction market, and it entirely depends on demand and supply pressures, right? So what factor will guide demand? If you are well informed about a security, that yes, its price is going to rise, yes, its volume is going to rise, then what will happen? You put forward its demand. Now what will happen? Because of demand pressure, supply remains at its place, but because of demand pressure, what will happen? Its price will go up. So at the time of investment, what will happen? At the time of return, what will you get? You will get adequate return. So who guided your decision? The information about price and other related issues. So we have to understand that these demand and supply pressures are in fact depend on the level of information and the availability of money in the market. Availability of money is guided by so many other principles, but it majorly depends on flow of information. We all know that when we have come to the market, it means we have money in our hands. So what is more important? The right information. So most of the investment decisions went wrong only because of one factor, either the wrong timing or the wrong choice. So we should not only blame every time that yes, in equity market is not good or debt market is not good. We should not invest in financial instruments like such. We should always rely on FD because it is the we can say most secure method of investing your money. So we should not feel like that. The return which we get from these financial instruments are much higher than the return we get in FD, right? So if your investment is adequately backed by information, your decision will give you returns more than your expectations. So what do we need to have? We need to have timely and correct information. So, as I said you earlier also, these investment decisions are very critical for our life because we have different objectives. Because see why basically we make investment, because we actually want to bridge the gap between the money we have and the money we will be needing in the future. So what do we need to do? We need to grow our money according to our investment objective. So if we are investing in a wrong avenue, what will happen? We will not meet our investment objective. So we should take properly research the investment data about the investment avenue so that we may not suffer from such kind of losses, right? So this information gives you an idea about the insider trading which happened in the case of Satyam and Mehta's, ringing up of prices exorbitantly, rising the prices or playing the price game that happened in the case of Ketan Parikh, and all other malpractices like that happened in PNB and Nirav Modi case, that happened in Yes Bank. So if the investor is aware, he or she will invest in the right avenue. So information is very critical to analyze whether you are investing in right avenue or not. So as I gave you example of insider trading, what happened in case of Satyam company? They actually traded with their own subsidiary in the name of Metas. So, according to the Sale of Goods Act, that sale is invalid or illegal. So, just to create artificial scarcity in the market of the shares of Satyam, what they did, they traded between their own company. So that is what I mean by insider trading. The same type of game is played by Harshad Mehta and Ketan Parikh, just to play with the market price and managing the demand and supply pressures. So if you are properly informed, you will win over all such malpractices which is happening in the corporate world. Moreover, this data is utilized in technical and fundamental analysis. So technical and fundamental analysis will be studying in the fourth unit of this chapter. So I'm not taking up this right here, but you should know that we need to have this market data to conduct for technical and fundamental analysis. Now, the one question which comes in your mind is what type of information is relevant for you? See, we are working in the globalized scenario. All of us know what has happened in the year 2008. See, if you want to say that why world affair is important for us, so you should get to know that it was America who suffered with the recession first. But what happened? All the entire world suffered with this. You can say recession happened in the case so in the year 2008. So it was Lehman Brothers closure which actually devastated the economy of America, right? But what happened because of, you can say, ripple effect, that recession, the impact of recession came to India also. So you should be well aware what is happening in the world, what is happening in the various economies. So just now we have seen the impact of tariff war between in America and China. So in a way, it had created opportunity for India before this pandemic, you can say Corona pandemic. So you should be aware about what is happening in the world because it will affect the market prices, right? So next is domestic. See, next comes to the national information. That includes political, economic, and natural factors. When it comes to political, it means you should understand what are the intentions of government, right? So you are seeing that nowadays what is happening, government is putting lot of money in MSME. Moreover, pharma industry is up to its boom. So we are talking about self-reliant India. So it is the right time that this so much of investment will be made in startup companies. So what will happen? There will be need of venture capital funds. There will be need of so many resources. Infrastructural developments will take place. So this is nothing but a political intention which is actually coming to our corporate world. So we have to see whether our government is supportive towards our industry or not, right? So if the political intention is good, then the market prices are going to rise, the Sensex will rise. Now coming to economic information. Economic information means the per capita income, the current GDP, the percentage of the service sector, the you can say sectoral distribution of the national income, the distribution of income, all such things come under economic information, right? So if you have equitable distribution of income, what you will have? You will have the general people will have money in their hands, and what will happen? They will eventually invest in the market. So you need to have a check on the economic conditions of the country. The rate of inflation is still comes in under economic condition. Then comes the natural factors. Natural factors, all of you have seen just now, so many earthquakes are coming. So and moreover, just now we have felt this Amphan cyclone. So what will see? These all factors guide the investor sentiment, right? When I say investor sentiment, that every investor has a type of sentiment. So the psychology or the emotion which the investor carries is known as investor sentiment. So if these natural calamities are into up its surge, what will happen? The investor will not be sure, will be skeptical about the future returns. So what will happen? That investment decision will be in the hold. So all such conditions you should know before making any investment. Then comes the industry information. See, whenever anything happens in the country, the industry-wise impact never remains same. See, I'm taking one example of, say, right now what is happening, the pharma industry is up to its boom, right? Moreover, MSME sector is up to its boom. Service sector is up to its boom. It sees the high-tech companies, fintech companies are up to its boom. So this is industry-specific information. You have to understand what is the impact of political legal actions on the industry. Why this is important? Because the impact is not same, right? See, I'm giving you two examples, the MSME and RERA. At one point of time, what is happening, this MSME is putting influx. It's a lot of you can say liquidity is being influxed in the MSME sector. But what is happening in RERA? The real estate industry is not doing well. Why? Because there was so much of corruption in this industry, and after the upcoming of this RERA Act, that is real estate that relates to real estate. So after the upcoming of this RERA Act, what happened? It has actually tried to put everything in black and white. So the corruption with because of corruption, the real estate prices were rising up to you can say exorbitantly. So to curb that corruption, that government came up with RERA. So after this RERA, what happened? That the you can say the cash money, which was cash transactions, which were taking in the this industry, were actually controlled. So that is why this RERA only impacted the real estate industry. All other industries are working fine. So that is why you have to understand the what is happening in various industries. Now finally coming to company information. See, actually it is the company which is going to give you returns in the name of dividend or interest or your capital gain. So you need to have a proper information about company, what is the EPS history, what is the DPS history, and the internal management, the philosophy of the company, and what is the management perspective regarding you investors. So all such companies, whether the company is ethical or not, so all such things you need to understand. You have to research the balance sheets, the you can say you have to should read the memorandum of association, and so this, because actually it is the company in which you are going to make investment, so you need to have proper company information. Next comes the security market information. See, security market information means the bid prices, the auction prices, the offer prices, the closing prices, and the role of SEBI, the role of RBI, how the technology is governing the transactions, how for technology is giving convenience to your investment decisions. So all such things comes under security market information, right? So you need to understand what is the volume picking up every day, and see all such things related to security market information, right? Now coming to security price quotation. See, you need to check security price quotations, because after studying these quotations, you should have a fair idea what is happening in the market. If there is very high price volatility, you should hold your investment. If you are seeing that yes, prices are getting stable, so you should make investment at that time. So security price quotations give you an idea about the movements of price taking place in the uh, prevailing market. Now coming to data on related market. Now that relates to your supply of raw material, the import restrictions, and the commodity exchange, the you can say the forex market, because see these all markets actually affect our financial instrument market also. So we need to understand what is happening to the price of gold, what is happening to the price of crude oil. So these all things relate to data on related market, because see no market is working in seclusion, so they all have interconnection, they are all have correlation index. So we have to understand what is happening in other markets like bullion, like forex, like crude markets, crude oil market. So this is data related to some, you can say, further different markets. Now you should know also about what are new issues coming. And because first time the when you are dealing with this exchange, you will be dealing actually with the IPOs. So you need to study what IPOs are coming, what is happening in the primary market, because sometimes it's not only secondary market where you are dealing. So whenever any IPO comes, you need to understand what is the background of the company, the risk exposure, that all things. Now comes the mutual fund data. See, mutual fund data is different because it generally deals with a fund. It has, you can say, it has a variety of share. Basically, it is a pool. So it is internal hedging system. Because of that, this mutual fund is created. So your money is not being invested in one equity or debt instrument. Rather, it is a balanced fund which actually diversifies and thereby hedges you against your market risk. So the value of mutual fund is created by net asset value. Net asset value means the amount of asset minus liabilities, that is NAV. So we need to understand what is happening to NAV of various companies, various mutual funds, so that we can have a proper track what is happening to that particular mutual fund, right? So why we need to have a separate mutual fund data? Because mutual fund data is a different field of investment. Nowadays, the most of the market is governed by either debt market or mutual fund data, mutual fund. So you need to understand what is NAV, how NAV is moving in different funds, the large cap, the small cap, the mid cap companies, how the mutual fund data is moving, right? So these many information you need to understand, and it is not basically one information which will help you in taking a right decision. Rather, you have to take into consideration all the aspects together, then only you will be arriving at a particular decision. So all these information work in close connection to each other, right? So these many informations are needed by an investor. Now what are the various sources? Let us understand this. Now, as I told you, the first information you need to get is about world affairs. So, journals like Wall Street, London Economics, Far East Economic Review, etc. These give you a fair idea about what is happening in the world, in the you can say outside world. We have so many Indian magazines who are covering the world data also. Magazines like Business Today, Financial Express, Business India, newspapers like Financial Express, Economic Times. These all, if you are daily reading those newspapers, or you are a subscriber of these magazines, you will get to know, you will have a fair idea what is happening in the outside world, right? So if you are have any intention to invest in the market, so you should always be connected to your market. So this cannot happen in 1 or 2 days. It should be a regular practice. So students, you should try to develop a habit of reading these newspapers, because see, everybody is going to invest in the market. You don't have any other option, because it is the market which give you adequate return. So you should always be connected to this market, and this can only be attained by reading newspapers or magazines. So the magazines like Business Today, Business India, these all help you in that. Next is national economic affairs. So daily newspapers, it's indispensable. Then we have financial newspapers in the name of Financial Express and all, Economic Times. Then we have Economic and Political Weekly, that is a weekly magazine. Then we have a list of Fortune India companies, which actually gives you first 50 companies which are making good in Indian corporate scenario. Then we have annual and monthly reports of RBI, Then you can say the reports of CMIE, Center of Monitoring Indian Economy, Central Statistical Organization, that is CSO. Then we have DGTD. Then see, these all organize, these are government organizations. They regularly furnish reports related to the market. Then we have reports of Planning Commission and various ministries. Like see, these various industries are governed by ministries. Like we have different ministries who are taking care of such areas. So various ministries are actually furnishing, or you can say publishing these reports just to check whether this ministry is working properly or not. Like MSME, it is governed by by a ministry. So this ministry will provide you data that yes, this sector is working properly or not. So that is why these ministries are regularly publishing their performance reports. Next is industry information. So industry information, as I told you, CMI, Center of Monitoring Industrial Economy. Then we have, sorry, Indian economy. Then we have chambers of commerce, merchant chambers, confederation of Indian industries. See, these all government bodies are regularly producing reports just to cater the need of information. So if you are reading those reports regularly, then they will provide you ample information. Next come your company information. So we have fortnightly journals like Dalal Street, Capital Market. See, there are so many websites nowadays who are giving you proper information. The websites like Money Control, and there are so many financial brokers like Prudent, like Fund Bazaar. These are actually financial brokers, your corporate brokers. So you can also get adequate information from from these financial brokers, or these websites like Money Control. We can also have reviews of BSE, etc. And moreover, the best source is annual reports of companies. So these companies give a fair idea about if the company is doing well and not window dressing it. So the annual report is the, you can say, the first and the fourth primary information you can get about the company. So it is the basic source about the company is the health. Whenever these annual reports are given, it also has the comparative analysis of last 2 years. So you can have a fair check how the company is doing. Now comes the security market information. There are so many big broking firms, like I told you, Carvey is there, Fund Bazaar is there, Prudent is there, Relicare is there. So these big broking firms give you security market information. They produce actually their newsletters, then publications of SEBI, because it is the you can say governing body in India. Then we have financial newspapers, then capital market and Dalal Street journals, etc. also provide you information about security market. Then comes the security price quotations. Now security price quotations are given by daily papers of stock exchanges. They can give you the bid price, the closing price, and you can say the offer price. These all papers give you the what is happening in the stock market on the daily basis, right? So if you want to check, or if you are trading on daily basis, or you can easily check by daily papers of stock exchanges. Now coming to data on related markets. See, whatever sources I have just discussed with you, like publications of SEBI and RBI, CMIE, CSO, they actually carry the data of related markets also, because they are not working as a standalone systems. So if you want to take a right decision, you have to actually delve into the reports and actually eat the reports or digest the reports of these the, you can say, given by these organizations like SEBI and RBI. And most of the, you can say, financial trends and you can say standard deviation covariance are calculated on the data given by CMIE or SEBI or RBI. So if you want to take if you want to conduct any fundamental or primarily technical analysis, then these reports will greatly help you. Now comes Prime. Prime is one, you can say, center where you can get data about IPOs. Right? This is one kind of website or software. Right? So these are the various sources of information. So students, one thing you have to understand, it is not only the source of information or information which is important. See, finding source and finding relevant information is the first step. What will you do with this information? It need to be collected, collated and analyzed, right? If you are not analyzing this report, what is the purpose of reading that report? What actually you want to do? You want to back your decision with proper data. When I say data, it doesn't mean only holding report in your hand. It should be properly understood and properly analyzed. See, that is what the market researchers, advisors and brokers are doing. They are only human beings, but why they are different from us? Because they guide us in making right decision. And why, how they come to that position? Because they are not only holding that report, they are actually analyzing those reports. So students, only collecting information or finding source of information is not sufficient. You have to actually dissect whatever information is given in those reports, and what is relevant for you, it entirely depends on the objective you carry for that particular investment. Like if I want to invest for the education of my child, I need my reports and my analysis will be guided by that. So analysis once again is not you can say same for every similar for everyone. This analysis, or you can say this guidance, is actually controlled by the investment objective we have, the risk appetite, the money I have, the, you can say, buffer of cash I have. So all such things come together which will help you in taking a right decision, right? So students, this is all for this. We'll meet again with the next topic, and thank you for this. Thank you students.